Hello everyone and welcome back to another Genshin Impact recipe video. Today I'll be looking at the special dish of the recent character Dahlia. His special dish, Chatter of Joyful Nights, is based off of the crispy potato shrimp platter, which you can buy from Sarah in Mondstadt. Now I'm not gonna lie, I struggled with this dish a bit more than I probably should have. So this video is less of a recipe guide and more of a cook along as I talk about my thought process, how I approached the recipe, and where I think I struggled or went wrong. But of course, the written recipe is in the description below, and please subscribe to the channel to stay updated with all of my cooking content. Without further ado, let's begin. Let's start off with the potato salad. In a pot of water, I added small cubed potatoes. Ideally for potato salads, you would use yukon potatoes, but I used the russet potatoes here just because I also needed russet potatoes for the chips, as you'll see later on. Bring the water to a boil and let the potatoes boil for about 4 to 5 minutes. Because they're cut so small, it won't take as long to get them fork tender. Drain the water from the potatoes and set aside. In a bowl, add in the boiled potatoes, then mince shallots, and then minced garlic. If you don't like raw garlic, you could also use garlic powder instead, and then minced pickles. For the sauces, we have mayo. I'm using kewpie mayo or Japanese mayo here, Dijon mustard, and apple cider vinegar. For the seasonings, I'm doing paprika and black pepper. Give the potato salad a quick stir and then taste before adding in salt to taste. And the final step is chopped parsley or cilantro. Stir and leave it in the fridge covered for a couple of hours to let the flavors meld. Next up are the potato chips, or also known as the source of my pain for this recipe. I've rinsed these potato slices and now I'm drying them out between paper towels. As you can see from the uneven slices, I hand cut them with a knife because I do not own a mandolin. This is going to cause issues for me later on. I also tried to cut them incredibly thin, but I later found out that the thicker slices worked better. I took these potato slices and dropped them into oil that has been heated to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. While the potato was in the oil, I carefully shaped them into a curve using tongs. This is where I say the thicker slices worked better. I initially thought that if I made the slices too thick, they would snap before being bent into shape, but I was wrong. For the slices that were too thin, you can see the potato curving in too much while being fried, leaving no space for filling later on. But regardless of the shape, I deep fried these potatoes for about 2 to 3 minutes before removing and setting them on a paper towel lined plate. After deep frying, I lightly salted the potato chips I deemed usable, and now it's time to fill them. Although it's not seen in the picture, in the original dish and also in the ingredients, berries are mentioned. So I did a light spread of yellow berry jam on each chip. And by yellow berry jam, I mean apricot jam. On top of the jam, a healthy spoonful of the potato salad. Then on top of the potato salad is 1 piece of cooked shrimp. For the shrimp, all I did was quickly boil them in salted water and then peeled the shell off. To plate, I have this ramekin with Dahlia's ears? Are those his ears? I haven't actually used him in game yet, so I'm not sure. But take 5 of the potato chips and line them inside the ramekin. I'm using a bento tray for this, gotta work with what I got, but add a pile of mayo next to the ramekin and then garnish both the dip and the shrimp with minced mint. And that completes Chatter of Joyful Nights from Genshin Impact. What I originally thought was going to be incredibly easy actually gave me more of a challenge than I thought. But as for the actual taste, it is very potato forward, I won't lie, but the most shocking thing to me is how that apricot jam really helps cut through all the starch in each bite. I did enjoy these, but I would probably omit the shrimp completely, or at least heavily season it and grill them or add some sort of like char or something. Anyways, let me know your thoughts. Please like and share the video, it really helps. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.